So moving into a couple of lifestyle questions now, Nidhi. What kind of music do you listen to? And any recent music concert or show that you went to that you really enjoyed?
Not really actually, but I enjoy Bollywood, playback or pop. So yeah, that's the
So is
genre I
Arijit
really
Singh
enjoy.
the current favorite?
It
Or are you
depends.
still old school, like into Sunidhi and Shreya? And though Sunidhi's making a remarkable comeback
Oh
these
yes,
days. Yeah.
oh yes, she's back in how, but I still enjoy Shan and I still enjoy Sonu Nigam. So yes, you're right there.
The what I call the classic retro artists. Any concert or show that you went to that you really enjoyed?
Not really. I mean, in the last 2-3 years, I don't think I've been to any concert.
Well, you better change that because Shan is on concert now.
Oh yes,
And he's doing multiple cities, so I'm sure you'll catch him somewhere.
that's in my bucket list for this year.
Lovely. Anybody who looks at you, and I'm sure everybody who's watching her through the cameras, will know that she's incredibly fit. How do you manage to maintain that lifestyle, considering we all work, even if we like to do a 9 to 5, because of travel and commute time, it always becomes a 9 to 7 or a 9 to 9.
It's not easy, but at the same time, I think it's not difficult. There are 3 things which are very important to remain fit. First and foremost, I think it's the mindful eating. So what goes in between, at least from Monday to Friday, I'm very clear. So that really helps because
Like portion control.
Portion control, I think that's important. Portion control and what kind of food are you eating. That's the first. Second, I think any kind of exercise help. For me, it's gymming. So I work out thrice a week. So I think that's.
And do you lift weights or is it just aerobic and cardio activity?
No, I do weight training as well.
Fantastic.
So I think that's required. And third and the most important thing which I think people miss out on is good quality sleep. So combination of these things I think will make you will give you a happy and a great lifestyle.
I think that is something we're all guilty of, not getting enough hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Of those phone calls, being on the pad till late in the night, not really helping anybody.
No, I think sometimes there has to be, you have to, tell yourself that this is what you have to follow, at least on weekdays. And once that pattern is set, I think it's easy then.
I'm going to come back to your professional growth story, Nidhi. If all of us, especially at our level, when we reach senior management or middle to senior level management, we're very aware of our own skill set, and we're aware of ingredients that helped us make it professionally. One key ingredient or quality of yours that made you who you are professionally, what is that thing you can pinpoint?
So Rishi, when I look back of my to my career journey of last 18-20 years, I think one thing is this constant learning, adapting yourself to whatever environment you are in, and open to all the suggestions or experiences that comes your way. Especially I think for marketers like us, sometime back we were discussing these tech tools. Now with as time goes, obviously every month I see there's a new feature.
True.
On social media, whether it's on Facebook and stuff. So I think till the time you don't upgrade yourself, it'll be difficult to survive in this corporate world. So I think continuous learning is something which has really helped me to keep up, update myself regularly. And I think even now I feel there are so many things that I need to learn. So on weekends I make sure I take that time out and go through the relevant subjects, especially pertaining to my industry, which is marketing.
I love that you say you keep an open mind. So I gather that even if it's a junior most person in your social media team who comes up to you and says, hey, there's this new tool that I've discovered, you're open to listening to it, which is absolutely fabulous. And you're right. I mean, if we don't keep abreast with what's happening, every day there is a new development in AI, in artificial intelligence. So what I open today and read will be different from what I got yesterday because it's
True.
that fast. It's crazy.
No, it is indeed.
Yeah.
In fact, you're bang on. There are these junior most, in the people in the team who are actually updated on each and everything, and they are the ones who will come and tell you that hey, there's a new feature. Are you aware? So Gen Z is completely updated on tech, at least.
Don't name any organization because it's not fair, but generically speaking, have you faced gender bias as a working woman?
Fortunately, no. At least in my career, fortunate enough to work with such organizations. But Rishi, it does exist. It does exist, and I think we need collective efforts to make sure it's more welcoming for all the women wherever they are working.
It's crazy. I mean, and I've asked this of all the ladies who've come on Mastermind, this particular show, but the ratio of men is to women on boards still not equal, not even close to being equal. And I think that's something that you need to shine some light on. What is the distance, Nidhi, women leaders need to cover to have equal presence in boardrooms? Your opinion on that?
See, I'll tell you, we have made some progress. So progress is being made, but we've not achieved full equality yet. I feel you're right in saying that there are not enough women in the boardroom, but somewhere I think it has to be a collective effort from everyone, wherein you're giving equal opportunity to women, you're giving equal training for women, there has to be an equal pay. So we have to have diversity initiatives at the corporate level. When we do all this, I'm sure we will have enough women. Right now there is a gap. We have to narrow this gap.
Now this is a trick question. Are women leaders more effective than their male counterparts, or is it just a myth? So don't be diplomatic on this one.
No, sir. Of course, it's a myth. Something how effective.
No, a lot of people say women can multitask, men can't. Women have more empathy. I mean, I've had guests on the show say that, so why not?
No, sir. If you ask me, I think effectiveness doesn't depend on the gender, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's more to do with your own values, your own skill sets, your own experience in your domain. I think all this will help you to be an effective leader, and it's nothing to do with with gender. It is. So I think it depends on the individual.
My last question is actually something that you segued into very beautifully. When I asked you a while ago between, about the distance women leaders need to cover to have equal presence in boardrooms, you said that, it has to be a collective effort. And now I want to talk about that collective effort. How can men and women, Nidhi, complement each other at work for a most productive outcome?
So I'll tell you, I have worked with many organizations where both men and women work together and there is a productive outcome. I think it's to do with wherein both have to realize that how they can leverage on each other's strength. Of course, there are traits which men have and which women have. For example, when I say diverse perspective, now both men and women might have a diverse perspective on a particular problem which the organization is facing. But the beauty is when they both perspectives are put together on the table and then you decide the way out. Similarly, also I think it's embracing each other's strength, which I mentioned earlier as well. Then it is also to do with an open dialogue where both men and women again given equal opportunity to talk about. So encouraging open dialogues and fostering an inclusive environment. I think if we maintain this, across everywhere in the organization, I'm sure we'll have productive outcomes to each and every problem that we are facing.
You're absolutely correct. I mean, I wish men and women would talk to each other more at work about each other's problems. You'll always find clusters of ladies at a lunch break discussing their problems, or a group of men together. But each gender needs to communicate with the other and have these open dialogues. Wonderful. Nidhi Shah is General Manager Marketing and Branding at Nucleus Office Parks, a Blackstone company. You just heard her on Mastermind 2024, the Women Leaders Special, powered by Nucleus Office Parks. You will see me back again next week, or hear me back, depending on whether you're watching YouTube or listening to the radio, with another special woman leader. Nidhi, I really appreciate your time, and thank you for rolling by.
Thank you so much, Hrishi.
94.3 Radio 1.